What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Save Point Podcast, episode 10. I am Alex, and welcome in. Happy Saturday. Got a couple things I want to talk about in this video. I want to go through and talk about some Black Friday sales. Not anything in particular, but just kind of what I've noticed. I want to talk a little bit more about Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and I want to talk about very limited amount of me playing it, at least, but what I've noticed with Battlefield 2042. So I want to kind of cover those three as the main topics of this week. Like I said, episode 10, that's a nice even number. So thank you guys for all your support. As always, remember, if you guys want to be featured in these videos, in these podcasts, leave a comment, ask a question, suggest a topic, any of that stuff, and I will definitely get to them in, more down weeks or just weeks in general. I'll be reading them. Remember, if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, right, no matter which tier you donate to, that gets you to the front of the list in terms of me reading your stuff and, basically making the episode about what you exactly, want it to be. So really quickly, again, just to kind of start off the show, none of these are going to be insanely in-depth. I just kind of want to talk about a couple different things. The Black Friday sale. So obviously, it seems like they're all out at this point, right? Over the last, I'd say, maybe like 3 or 4 years, we've gotten used to, Black Friday basically happening 2 weeks before the actual day, and then by the time you get to the day, there's still the sales, but relatively, you probably already got it, beforehand. So, they're out there, or at least what is going to be out there is known. There are some good ones. The one that, and I want to just say this, nobody's paying me to say this, but I do just want to say, I believe Guardians of the Galaxy is like a super sale. I think I saw it for $30, so that's half off on Amazon. I think other places it could have been like $40, so it's like in that 30-40 range. That's 50% off, and the game literally came out like 3 weeks ago. Kind of sucks to those that bought it day one, and I hope it helps the team. I hope it helps everybody involved, and that we can get a second one because of that. Hopefully the sales were really good. At least I hope so. But that's one that really stood out to me. A lot of the more recent games, I think Far Cry 6, and I don't even have that right. And I said I was waiting on a deal for that. I think it's $40, so it's like a like a 35-ish percent, somewhere in that range, 35-40% off sale for that. There's a couple of them. I think a lot of them are generally a little bit older. The exclusives, some of like the PlayStation exclusives, Returnal. I think Ratchet and Clank is on sale. Miles Morales, that was like a year ago. Not too, one of the ones that disappointed me that I don't think I did see, and this is just like a personal thing for me, is Diablo 2. Now, yes, that did come out, I believe, in September, right? So it hasn't been all that long. But that was one that, it's only $40 regardless, so it's not too expensive. But that was one that I was hoping, because if it drops 50%, it's $20. It's like, I picked that up in a heartbeat. I still may get it anyway, but that's one that I was looking out for. Nintendo games never go on sale. Would I love to get Metroid Dread for not full price? Of course, right? Saving money, but it's literally, unless I wait like 6 to 8 years, it's literally not going to happen. So I think there is a good amount of games out there. I think Target is doing the buy two, get one, free thing, which you can use for like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff. So there's definitely, good deals to be had. Last year and going into this year, my wife and I, we have like a budget for each of us that we can kind of just spend for fun around the Black Friday time. I know, again, like the games I'm looking for, like the NHL. I think NHL is on sale, but it's not like half off. I really want it to be half off. I don't really want to spend too much on it. But like games like that, NHL, Metroid is one that I've been, I'm obviously looking for. I'm not expecting a sale. It's just one that like I still kind of want to buy, but I'm unsure just because I don't know if I'll have time to play it. Things like that. So, I hope there's I don't know. I feel like all the sales are kind of already out, so I think hoping for maybe I've missed one. Life is Strange. That's another one, by the way. This is like the Square Enix like praising show, right? Get Guardians of the Galaxy if you didn't have it already, because that game's on sale. And I believe Life is Strange is $40 instead of $60, so that's almost a half off drop. So that's pretty darn good as well. So it's exciting. This is where, historically, games make a lot of their sales around this time. And even like funny, and this is outside of that, but like YouTube videos, not just mine, anybody's, covering the games of the past year. Funny, like they'll pick up around Black Friday, around Christmas time, because it's people getting Resident Evil now, or getting Returnal now, or getting Hitman 3 almost a year later, now. So it's kind of funny how that all plays out. But there's some really, really good deals. The games that I'm looking for personally, some of which I will never get deals. Others did get deals, but they're not exactly what I wanted them to be. But yet again, I tried to get this year, like games I did not get, I didn't want for the most part. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's such a short list. Far Cry is kind of on it, but kind of not. There's only like 3 or 4 games that I didn't get that I'd be willing, with like a sale or like for Metroid, kind of like I'm just unsure. Like those are games, a very short list overall. So that's Black Friday. Hope you guys can let me know, in the comments, any games or anything you guys are. I'll let you know next week, anything that I got for Black Friday, and you guys can let me know. So that was that. Let me talk a little bit about Halo Infinite. Just kind of rant on it, not rant in a bad way, just kind of go off. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Now I did a review on it. It's tough. I don't really think my audience necessarily is a big like Halo group. I did like a tips and tricks that did pretty darn well, but we talked about some like behind the scenes thing with Halo Infinite. I did the review of it, and I get it. It is still a beta, but like they say, all of the stuff, or at least like a lot of the stuff, most of the stuff, is in the game already. So I know there's going to be a few things added on December 8th, but for the most part, like this is what we got, and I'm enjoying it. I feel like even from when I did the review, what I want to kind of add on for anybody that watched the review and is watching this or just watching this, I really do like it. Like mechanically sound. I mean, it's just fundamentally a good game. You know what I mean? I feel like there's I don't know too many games you can kind of just say like without a doubt you play it and you're like, you know what, it's locked in. There's nothing wrong. It's just that to me it's that next step of stuff. And I will say, even to the game's credit, as much as I did say even on the review or even now, like I feel like it's missing something for me personally, where it's like I'm playing it and I'm liking it. And that's the thing. With all that being said, I still am playing it like almost every day. You know what I mean? I'm here Friday. I've played the game 4 out of 5. I just didn't play it yesterday. 4 out of 5 days I've played Halo Infinite. And I like it every single time. I play it for like good stretches, and I could probably play it even longer, but I kind of just get off. So like I'm playing it a good, and sometimes I actually do it more than one time a day. So I'm playing it a lot. So although I feel like it's missing something that'll keep me at least in it past a few weeks, and that's really the big thing. Because I am playing it every day, and I am liking it. But I just don't know, Battlefield's out, but Battlefield's not much of a competition now, is it? And we'll talk about that in a second for the Battlefield part. But you have Battlefield, like Pokemon is out. My wife's going to play that. The single-player campaign for Halo, like obviously I'll play that day one and beat it. But then it's like when you get into like mid-December, like, am I going to get bored with it? Am I going to play other games? I feel like I will. That's my own personal, that's just me telling you how I feel. Now they're going to add things, and things will be updated and all this stuff and additions, and maybe that makes me keep playing. And I will come back for like the big things they add. But I just don't know. Like, I literally don't know. Maybe there's just a time. And I don't expect to play Halo Infinite every single day. And I don't know how many people in the world expect to play Halo Infinite, every single day multiplayer. But I just feel, I don't feel like it's got what it needs to. And it's very hard to even put that into words because I really don't even know what it is that isn't that hook where I feel like I need to play it. And yet again, I kind of do feel I need to play it. But that's right now. I do feel like, though, over the next couple weeks, now, you have Christmas and stuff to kind of break it up, or Thanksgiving, but I feel like it'll slow down a little bit, and I won't maybe have the desire to play it as much. And the biggest thing, and it's hard to measure, is like there's nothing out. Like I said, like Battlefield is its primary competition. I guess Call of Duty, right, from like a week ago or so, or 2 weeks ago. So like those are the competition. Not much of a competition in my opinion. The next competition is like the end of January with the new Pokemon game, or February 1st is Life is Strange Remastered. Like, I'm going to play that day one. Dying Light 2 is February 4th. So, like, these are the game. Like, that's the first wave where it's like anything that I'm playing, I would put down for that wave of February games. So the thing is, like, if Halo does last or stay around, that's great. But, like, if one of those games were to come out, like, now or next week, I feel like they would immediately, to me, dethrone it in terms of priority. But yet again, it's a multiplayer, and is it supposed to necessarily be that way? So that's the thing. And I think to rant a little bit about it in terms of like the video performances, not everybody was thrilled with what I have had to say about Halo in the last week. I get it, but again, keeping in retrospect, like I do like it. I do. I don't know if I love it, but I definitely do like it. I'm definitely playing it, and I just feel like it's missing just a little something that would keep me around long term. And that's kind of the thing. Like, I am playing it a lot, I am enjoying it, but if Dying Light were to come out in a week and a half from now, I'd play Dying Light. But that's just who I am, and it's a multiplayer game, Halo. I don't even think you're supposed to play it every single day, all day, right? You're supposed to kind of come in and out. So that's my thoughts on Halo. Like I said, I don't think the community, the Podcast Now channel, it's not really Xbox leaning like heavy, so maybe that's another reason as well. But I get it, I understand it, and I'm still playing it, and I'm still very excited for the campaign. I kind of don't even want to. Like, there was a preview when I'm recording this on Friday. Everybody got like their hands-on preview of the campaign, and they're putting out all their stuff. And there's even people that I do like YouTubers that were able to play it. I feel like I kind of don't want to see it though. You know what I mean? I just kind of want to jump in on December 8th, play it through, and see how I like it. I think it's definitely got promise. Nothing about it screams out to me like it's gonna be game-changing or like the best Halo campaign ever created, but yet again, I'm not watching these previews, so maybe they're saying that and I just don't know. I'm in a weird way, and I think I can do this for Halo where I can't do it for other games. It is an important franchise to me, maybe not as important as other ones, but it is important, and I do like it. And I think just the way the channel's kind of built, I don't have to cover it immediately. I maybe don't even have to cover it at all. So I can actually, for like a Gotham Knights or Hogwarts Legacy, it's impossible for me to go into those games blind. How much would I love to go into it? Or like an Uncharted game, right? Like Uncharted 4, you have no idea how much I wanted to go into that game knowing nothing. Do you know how amazing the game would have been if I never saw it at all? And I think there are plenty of people in the world that can do that because they don't live on the internet. I do it to myself. It's my own fault. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I think Halo, specifically for the campaign, is actually one I can do that with, where it's like I don't have to like see a ton. I have seen a little, but I don't want to see a ton of it, and I feel like I can get away with that. Whereas like, I feel like there's an unspoken duty for me to cover Hogwarts or to cover like an Uncharted or a Sly Cooper game. Like, I'd have to cover that before the game comes out, even though I maybe just want to go in cold. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on Halo. And then really quickly, see, the Battlefield thing is tough. I wanted to talk about Battlefield, but I want to be transparent and honest. I'm recording this pretty early in the day on Friday, and I've only played a grand total of one match. Now, I played the beta, a few weeks ago, but I've only played at 10 when it unlocked my time, 10 o'clock on Thursday night. I went in, I played one match, I got smoked. I spawned in, and a tank ran me over almost instantaneously. It kind of summed up Battlefield in a nutshell for me, and that was it. So I got destroyed in the match. I did actually get maybe like 5 or 6 kills. I came in a little bit late into the match, also, just to clarify. But something just feels off about it, and I think other people are saying that too. This is a game that is kind of reverse of Halo, where like I have seen a lot on it. I watched like skill ups, like 40-minute or 30-minute, review of the deluxe edition where he got to play it early. I watched Angry Joe do his 21 minute rant on the game. That was good. He's very good to watch when it comes to like Call of Duty and Battlefield, and I watch him for other stuff as well. But I watched that, so I kind of knew or know the state of Battlefield because of context clues. But and at the same time, like, that's the thing is, like, when I'm playing it, some of that stuff honestly can just go away, or maybe you forget about it. And I will say, in one match that I played, I don't think there was any like glaring horribleness besides the obvious that it's just missing everything. like that's it is a negative, and it is a big negative, but it's almost one you just kind of laugh at and say, well, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to include 75% of the game. Like, not doing the player's stats, I think, is one of the most idiotic things you could, like, who thought that was a good idea to take away stats or like a scoreboard? Like, that's in anything ever. In, like, Halo, like, when you're in, I check the thing all the time. Like, every time I die, I'm like, oh, how am I doing? I just look. I don't do it every single time, but I'll look multiple times. It's like, you took that away from Battlefield, and then you can go into all of the other things that there are features that have been removed. In fact, I think earlier today on this channel, I saw the Reddit thread that just went over the hundreds of things that have been removed or just aren't, or flat out are not in this game. And we talked about that, or I talked about that in a video. I think it should have already gone up, but you read that and you look at that and you say, wow, this game is kind of empty. And then you play it, And it does kind of feel empty, even though it's so big. It does feel. I liked the map. I think it was the first time I ever played. I don't know what map it was. I can't even describe it for you. No, I probably could, but we won't do that. But I liked it, and it's solid, like the mechanics and shooting and all that stuff. But I feel like maybe playing it has opened my eyes even more to how fundamentally solid. You know what I mean? Like, so Halo is very good, as I said, and I think Battlefield makes me feel like Halo is even more fundamentally solid. So I don't know. I'm going to a lot of this stuff just because I'm recording it now and you guys are seeing it later, but like I'm going to live stream it on the channel, but it would have already happened yesterday. I'll be playing it, over the weekend into Monday. I mean, that's the thing. For both of these, they really didn't have to be all that special. Halo just happens to be solid, like really solid. But neither of them actually needed to do all that much to get my time and attention because there's nothing. I'm playing Scarlet Nexus, but I'm kind of fed up with it right now at the moment, and we won't get into that right now. But I don't really, besides Scarlet Nexus, I don't have any other single player games that I'm like grinding away on or trying to beat. Like literally nothing. I'm thinking of doing like a Danganronpa playthrough. I haven't played 2 of the games in all, 2 of the 4, and so I may do that over like the Christmas time. But I really don't have that's the thing when I said about Halo, playing it and like there's no other game to really pull me off of it. And if there was, it probably would pull me off of it, but there isn't. That's just literally the way that it is there's no other games out there. At least right now. I was thinking about the GTA trilogy, and thank God I didn't get the GTA trilogy based off of everything that we've seen. But it's really the Battlefield and Halo show. So like I'm gonna play Battlefield. I mean, I spent the money on it. I should probably get my money's worth in some way, right? Play through it, throughout next week, and then probably alternate. Probably I'll just alternate Battlefield, Halo, and then at some point, insert a single player game, maybe take some breaks from the multiplayer. You got the Game Awards and stuff. I watch hockey, so like that'll take a couple nights away here and there. So that's my personal life, but I don't know. I don't really have too much to say about Battlefield because, and this is a negative, in a way, there's really not much there, just in general. Yet again, Hazard Zone, like some people like it, some people don't. Portal obviously has a lot of potential to it that can be really good. So we'll just have to see, how it works. But and I'm not a big like user creation guy. However, I do like playing other people's. So like I don't make them. I don't like setting the rules and parameters of things. But I do like playing in other people's worlds. You know what I mean? So that's something that maybe I can do. If I'm bored of like the all-out warfare, which that's the one I primarily play and want to play. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something that's going to keep my attention for all that long. But when I'm bored of that, I can just go to Halo, and then when I'm bored of Halo, I can just go back to Battlefield. It's an interesting spot to be in. So let me know what you guys think about all of it. Let me know what you guys are up to playing Halo. Is anybody seeing Ghostbusters? I know that's out, and I kind of want to see it, but I also kind of don't. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed. We do these videos or this podcast every single Saturday. Again, when there's dead periods, and next week probably is a dead period, maybe we can use some of your questions or topics just in general, and the whole podcast can be on that. So make sure you guys let me know what you want to see. I'll ask for it as well throughout next week. Remember, if you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member, your topic or your question or whatever gets to the top of the list for the show. Okay? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.